What if I told you that the story you know about the Titanic is not the whole story? We have all heard the tale, a magnificent ship hailed as unsinkable on its maiden voyage across the vast Atlantic. We know about the iceberg, a silent giant in the frigid darkness of night. We remember the tragic loss of life, a stark reminder of human ambition versus the raw power of nature. But beneath the surface of this well-known narrative there are deeper currents, hidden truths rising from the ocean's depths. These secrets challenge everything we thought we knew about that fateful night in April 1912. The universe is full of mysteries from the farthest star to the smallest particle. Yet some of the most compelling enigmas are found here on Earth, buried in our history. The sinking of the Titanic is one such puzzle, a modern myth told in books and films, capturing generations. But the popular version often simplifies a far more complex reality. It glosses over small details, ignored warnings, and strange coincidences that align to create a perfect storm. The tale of the RMS Titanic is etched into our collective memory, a grand and tragic opera played out on the world stage. It begins with a marvel of engineering, the largest and most luxurious ship ever built. On April 10, 1912, it embarked on its first journey, a majestic procession from Southampton, England, bound for New York City. On board, some of the wealthiest people in the world, and hundreds of immigrants in steerage, all dreaming of a new life in America. The ship was a symbol of progress, a testament to human ingenuity, proudly declared practically unsinkable by its builders and the press. For 4 days, the voyage was smooth. The ship cut through the Atlantic with grace and power. Passengers enjoyed the opulent dining rooms, the grand staircase. But as night fell on April 14th, the atmosphere changed. The ocean was a sheet of black glass, the air was bitterly cold. The ship had received multiple iceberg warnings throughout the day. Yet Titanic continued at high speed, confident in its strength. Then, at 11:40 p.m., the unthinkable happened. A lookout spotted an iceberg dead ahead. An alarm. The bridge crew tried to turn her, desperately, but it was too late. The iceberg grazed the starboard side, a seemingly minor collision above deck. Below the waterline, the damage was catastrophic. The simple story of an iceberg collision is compelling, but it is far from complete. One of the most significant discoveries made by researchers points to a fire, a secret that smoldered deep within the Titanic's hull, long before it ever hit the ice. Evidence suggests that a coal fire began in one of the ship's massive coal bunkers, bunker number 6, even before it left the port of Southampton. This was not a small flame. It was a persistent, intensely hot fire that could have been burning for days, possibly even weeks, reaching temperatures of over 1,000 degrees Celsius. This hidden fire would have had a profound and devastating effect on the ship's structure. The intense heat would have significantly weakened the steel of the hull in the exact area where the iceberg would later strike. Metallurgists who have studied the properties of the steel from that era confirm that such prolonged exposure to high temperatures would have made it incredibly brittle and prone to fracture. So, when the iceberg made contact, the steel didn't just bend or buckle, it shattered like glass. The fire, which was known to the ship's officers but downplayed to avoid alarming passengers and delaying the launch, may have been the crucial first step in the chain of events. Furthermore, the quality of the materials used in the Titanic's construction has come under intense scrutiny. Analysis of metal fragments recovered from the wreck site revealed that the rivets holding the hull plates together were not of uniform quality. In the bow section, where machines couldn't reach, workers had to hammer in rivets by hand. In the stern section, where machines couldn't reach, workers had to hammer in rivets by hand. To make the work easier, it is believed that a lower quality best iron was used instead of the specified best iron. These weaker rivets would have popped open upon impact, allowing the seams of the hull plates to separate and water to flood in much faster than anyone anticipated. The ship's design, while innovative, also contained a fatal flaw. The famous watertight compartments were designed to keep the ship afloat if a few were breached. However, the walls separating these compartments did not extend all the way up to the main deck. They were watertight horizontally, but not vertically. As the first 5 compartments filled with water, the bow was pulled down, causing water to spill over the top of each bulkhead into the next compartment, like water filling an ice cube tray. This design oversight ensured that once a certain number of compartments were breached, the sinking of the entire ship was an inevitable mathematical certainty. The finding, not just one impact, but a chain reaction of human error, flawed materials, and bizarre atmospheric conditions. Over a century later, Why does the Titanic still hold such a powerful grip on our imagination? It is more than just a shipwreck. It has become a timeless allegory. It represents the clash between humanity's technological pride and the untamable forces of nature. The ship was the pinnacle of its age, a floating palace that embodied confidence and ambition. Its sinking served as a brutal awakening, a reminder that no matter how advanced we become, we are still vulnerable. The story forces us to confront fragility of our existence and the systems we build. The tragedy is also profoundly human. It's filled with heroes and villains, cowards and martyrs, the band that played on as the ship went down, grace under pressure, selfless acts of those who gave up seats on lifeboats, haunted by stark class divisions. First-class survival was dramatically higher than third-class love-loss sacrifice. These stories turn the disaster into a personal human drama. The 1985 discovery gave the story a second life. For the first time we could see the ghost ship in its deep-sea grave final image, grand staircase underwater.